Hey lovies, this is Michelle here at Life Mantra Tarot. I hope that you guys are all doing great. Happy hump day. Um yep, it is Wednesday and I do hope that you guys have been having a great week so far. We're right over the hump, so we're getting there, ending this work week for those of us who work a standard work week and then some of us who still have to work like the weekends. But, it is what it is, right? Adulthood, fun things, fun times. So with all that said, welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, I hope you like what you see here and decide to stick around. Hit that subscribe button, notification bell, hit that like button, all those different things that can help with supporting the channel. And if you've been rocking with your girl for a bit already, welcome back and thank you for the continued support. Um, so with that said, this is a collective message tonight. Um, Sorry, I'm trying to get a little organized over here. Yes, there's a. Sorry, I'm here. I heard something. I'm like, not my phone because I just got a text message from my coworker, but like I heard something before that. I heard something about take on, and I don't know what that was. Like I just heard take on. And I'm like, take on what? Like take on me. Like am I supposed to like fill in a blank for like a lyric or something? I don't know. But I'm like moving stuff around. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, oh, let me get organized. And then I heard that, and I'm like, that's weird. It just said take on, and I'm just like, okay. So maybe we're taking on a challenge. I'm gonna say we because I might resonate with some of the messages in this reading. So maybe we're taking on a new challenge or something. I also heard role. Somebody could be getting ready to take on a new role of some sort in their life. I don't know what that role is. It's gonna look different for everybody depending on what's going on. If that message even resonates, it's just like came out of nowhere. But I did hear that. That was really interesting. So I see some folks are popping in. Hey, she is. What's up, girl? What's up, girl? Hey, girl. Hey. As a matter of fact, let me just do something real quick. You are now a moderator. She is a great supporter, and I know that you're good kin over here. So, excuse me, Star Angel Tarot. I like your name. That's kind of cool. Um, right now, I'm just doing generals. I mean, not yeah, a general message, I should say. I'm doing a general message, general collective message. So I'm not answering anything personal at this time. Um, so yes, this reading is a collective message for you guys when it comes to messages from the archangels, some guidance and support and things like that when it comes to you know navigating life and what's going on right now at this time. Everybody's got different things going on, but what I did hear for somebody, it could be taking on a new role of some sort. I don't know what that role is because again, it could be different for everybody. Some people might be going to take on a new role at work. Some people might be, I heard motherhood. Some people might be going to have a baby. That's pretty cool. Or grandparents. Whoa. My son better not be out there acting up. I'll smack him. No, let me stop. um, Maybe, people who are already like in the spiritual, realm and, whatnot. Maybe you're going into a higher ranking. I just also heard. So whatever this is, like she is just now saying, "Oh, it's an honor." Like I just made her a moderator. Like it's something so simple, right? But it's like there's something about elevating. My phone keeps going off like crazy. I almost want to keep the ringer on just because of the fact that there could be a lot of confirmations. So I might just leave it on. Usually I try to turn it off so that buzzing could like not be so annoying, but I'm gonna leave it on. Something tells me to leave it on. Like even today at my job, I'll use an example of like that feeling of like you're kind of, you know, elevating. I became an official like assistant teacher back in May of last year at my job. I've been there today. It's actually exactly 7 years I've been at my job. I'm working as I started off as an aide and now I'm an assistant teacher. And at our job we call it an educational instructor. And we had a meeting today because we were having a PD or professional development day tomorrow. The kids won't be there. And I was so nervous about this meeting. Like, what the hell is my boss going to tell me? And then she said that we're going to be doing this really crazy like thing that has never been done before. I'm like, why is it my first like thing as an EI is what we call it, my job as an EI. I have to do this. Like this is a lot. And like I came back to my class and I was talking to like the head teacher. I was like, I'm fucking like I'm not okay with this. Like I'm scared for tomorrow. She's like, don't be scared. You're fine. I'm like, but no, like my anxiety is like through the roof. So there could be something like anxiety driven too about a new role or something. I'm getting something about that. All right, so we're gonna just kind of get started and see what's going on with you guys. What your archangels want you to know at this time. So you guys just stick around, and if this isn't your kind of thing, and you're like, I'll be here, bored, whatever, no problem. um, there's amazing readers all across this platform if you don't want to stick around. But if you'd like to see what else comes up and all of that, let's see what goes on. All right, Spirit, only let positive energy into this reading for the collective. Show the collective what they need to see at this time for their highest good, clearest, and most accurate messages possible. Please and thank you. All right, let's get started. I'm going to split the deck. We've got, all right, Archangel Camille is here. Open your heart to give and receive love. Your essence is love, along with Archangel Zeriel. Give and receive. Wow, it's about giving and receiving love. Obey the spiritual laws. Interesting. It's giving me like, as long as like what you're allowing into your presence, right, into your zone, is I'm getting like pureness. Like as long as people have pure intentions, be an open heart. Some of you guys might resonate with the idea of really being drawn towards animals. Let me know if that resonates with anybody. But yes, so that's interesting. Two cards about the heart chakra, or that type of energy anyway, right? Giving and receiving and being available for love is what I'm getting. So we're gonna get maybe like 3 from here, and I have another deck that I wanted to pull from that's kind of similar to this one, but I kind of like a little bit better. So let's see what's going on. One more shuffle. Spirit. All of a sudden, I got so hot. I'm like, where's this heat coming from? Because it's still cold as hell up here in Connecticut. Like, why did I get so hot all of a sudden? We have Archangel Muriel here. Trust your own wisdom. Have faith in your psychic impressions. Interesting. So I will say, I think that some of you guys are not fully trusting yourselves when it comes to that. You might be having a hard time being able to actually, understand how wise you are. I'm getting like, intuition as well. Like you might question things a lot, like, something happens. You're like, oh, it was a coincidence. And it's like, no, these are things that they happen for a reason. And it's time to actually pay attention to those things, right? Lady Gaia, your challenges are lessons. You are loved and welcome on earth. So what I'm getting is it's like, this could be like a, hey sis, what's up, girl? um, hey girl, hey. My sister is popping up in here. Um, yeah, so this is given like, part of this could just be a sense of like, thinking about like insecurities, right? You need to feel secure to battle or combat insecurities. So it's like if you're not feeling grounded, this could be a time to work on getting grounded. Um, yeah, so you might have a hard time like, recognizing certain things about yourself. And especially when it comes to like, understanding like your intuition and how that works. So I'm getting something along those lines. Let me know if that makes sense. We have Archangel Michael here. Stand in your power and be true to yourself. Interesting. All right, so we didn't even get an actual card yet out. That was like from like shuffling and stuff, right? Wow. All right, so I'm gonna pull the I'm filling 3. I'm gonna pull 3 cards and then we'll talk about the cards. Usually I like talk about them as I go. I'm not gonna do it like that this time. Do it a little bit different. Hopefully the messages do end up resonating with you guys as they come out, because I feel pretty drawn to this reading so far. Like I got like super hot all of a sudden as I'm doing this. It's not even hot in my house. It really isn't. Like I was freezing a little while ago. And then all of a sudden like got like super hot. I'm like, whoa, what is going on? Excuse me. Whoa, okay. Say less. All right. So the cards that came out, we have Archangel reverse, just so that you guys know. Um, Azrael, it is time to let go, prepare for change. It came out in the reverse for a reason. So some of you guys might be avoiding change, is what I'm kind of getting. Avoiding change. So this is a time for you guys to kind of, you know, be more flexible, perhaps, is what Spirit's kind of calling you to work on. And yes, it's one of those kind of things where it's you know, it's difficult because, you know, even though change is so necessary, right? It's one of those kind of things where we avoid it because it's uncomfortable, and it's like we have to kind of get comfortable with the being uncomfortable, right? That feeling. We also have Archangel Muriel here. Manifest the highest good, work with pure love. Yes, so a sense of purity here. Remember I was saying a little while ago, I was like, I was getting something about the heart chakra. And, you know, when you know that your intentions are pure, that's why that matters. And hoping that those around you also have pure intentions as well. Because when they don't, that's where things get a little bit, you know, crazy and haywire. So just, you know, being mindful of that. You know, making sure that you're still operating at your, you know, your highest self no matter what. Archangel Duranka. I probably said that wrong, so, you know, bear with me. Hone I was talking about intuition just a moment ago. Something about psychic abilities, and one of them could be really heightened intuition, and maybe even clairvoyance for somebody. Hone your psychic abilities. See through illusion. Interesting. I like that. I'm getting number 13. So, Lati, she did like a what would we call that? It wasn't a tarot reading, so it was more like just a channeled message, no cards or anything. And she was picking up on like angel numbers and all kind of stuff. And, you know, she was going in. I'm like, damn, girl, you just saw my whole life on this reading or on this this live right now. It was last night. um, hey, blessings, what's up? All right, so yep, we have that same one we saw earlier, Archangel Zuriel. Give and receive love, and that's what I was picking up on before. Obey spiritual laws. Top of the deck we have Archangel Camiel here again. Open your heart to give and receive love. Your essence is love. Those are the same cards that were like accompanying each other when I was talking about, you know, something maybe when it comes to like the matters of the heart. And in the middle of the deck we have Archangel Raziel here. Seek and you will find. Be a wise one. So there's a lot of information. I love, wow, the colors on here are really pretty, like really bold, like jewel tones and stuff. I like that. It's hard to tell with the like the lighting and stuff, but really pretty card. um yeah, so I'm definitely getting like this energy of just, you know, you're learning lessons, right? And it's like you have to allow yourself to go through these different, you know, emotions and lessons and whatnot to move on to the next levels of your life and where you're headed. It sucks sometimes because it's like there's just be too much shit going on sometimes. It's like, damn, man, when everything's gonna like get better, or, you know, not be so hard. But, you know, we have to understand that, you know, sometimes life, you know, life be life, and we just kind of have to, you know, take it as it comes. Um, but understand that we do have that guidance along the way. Like we're not doing it by ourselves. It might feel very lonesome, but we have, our spirit guides. We have archangels. We have, whatever you believe to be a higher power, God, whatever you believe, helping us along the way, ancestors, so on and so forth, right? So, whatever it is that you believe in, because that one thing I won't do is force any belief systems onto anyone. Um, Whatever that looks like to you, get in tune with that. And the more in tune you are with that, the more you start to, see the power within yourself and recognize, the things that are happening around you is what I'm kind of getting there. Let's get maybe 3 from here. Missed something? See something about speedy recoveries. Oh, yeah. Lati's brother. Yes. I'm happy that he's doing better. Yes, we're definitely going to send prayers and strength for Lati's brother. Absolutely. I hope he's doing better. Hope he's feeling well. I hope you're feeling well too, because I know, like, being, a sister and being a very loving sister at that, like, that can be, a task, right? Like, I get it. I don't know what's going on with your brother per se, but like, with my brother and stuff, I'm like, I one thing I can't stand is to see anybody like in pain or like struggling and stuff. But when it's like people that you love and who are close to you, oh man, that's like, it's hard. So it's like, that's what I mean by I can resonate or I get that, because I don't know what's going on with him. I don't want to like take away from what he's got going on or anything like that. But you know, what I will say is, it's been rough, like seeing like my own family members going through things. And one thing I will say is, one thing we always have to do is always stay with them and be with them during, what they've got going on. And, ask for the Most High to help us through that process so that we can help them, you know. Hope that makes sense. All right. I do not know how to say this name. Um, I'm not even gonna try, but it says transcending fear. Facing fear leads to fearlessness. Embrace your power. Yes, honing in on your own powers, right? Which I think I said, like, kind of, made mention of that, right? There's power, within, being in that sense of, discomfort, and as you're working on yourself. Um, Especially as you start to like navigate a little bit more and do that internal work, and you're like realizing, wow, huh, I'm kind of badass. You know what I mean? I'm getting something like that. I'm kind of badass. And the thing is, it's like there's a lot of things that you're able to do, that you're capable of, that you might not be giving yourself credit for. And Spirit is basically saying, and your archangels as well, they're saying like, hey, 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 give yourself more credit than what you give yourself. We have Mott here, divine intervention. Weigh up your options, choose the highest good. So a lot of cards, not, I won't say the word a lot of cards, but like, we have more than one card at this point that has been talking about like highest good and things like that. So we are seeing that energy popping up quite a bit, in more than one card and more than one deck. So just understanding, again, the Most High is guiding, right? Metatron and Sandalphon. Sacred connection, synchronicity, divine connection, understanding lessons. Yes, it's all connected. Everything is connected. It's one of those things like we don't always understand it, and might even have a hard time accepting it. But as we work on all of those different things and get that greater grasp on acceptance, we see things start to shift and change. So that it came out in the reverse. It says cosmic power, unlimited potential, sacred mission, initiation. So it's like you guys, the only limit that there is the limit of your own self. In other words, you have been possibly limiting yourselves when it comes to the things that you're capable of. And Spirit is, and your archangels are trying to call you to, really come into power with yourself. You're meant to be a leader. Commander Ashtar, leadership activation. Time to evolve. Yes, exactly. Trusting your ability to guide others. See, what was I just talking about a little while ago, where I was talking about how I was like practically pissing myself today? at the end of work when we had a meeting with all the assistant teachers, and she's like, "Oh, this is what you guys are going to be doing for PD day," and I'm just like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, we never done this before, but this is what we're going to do," and I'm just like, why is this my first PD day where I have to do this? I'm like, no, I don't want to do this. This is so nerve-wracking. So, but I was picking up on possibly people coming into different roles in their lives, and here we are, right? Like that was one of the first things, even really before I pulled any actual cards, I want to say. Or maybe like I might have pulled like maybe one card or something. I was like, I'm picking up on people who are about to take on a new role, and that shit could be nerve wracking. We have Green Terra here, healing light, wellness unfolding. Know that healing is a journey. Yes, healing is a journey, and it's a part of your journey at this time. I say it all the time on here. I know, for those of you already, have watched many times at this point. I say it all the time. Healing is not linear. It's not. You know, there are ebbs and flows, and it's not just this straight shot where, oh, I'm healed. Like, no, it's a constant thing. And you know Spirit is like, yeah, you need to know that. um the divine director here in the middle of the deck. Trust the process, create space for divine order to unfold. So yeah, divine order, big thing here that's been showing up as well, right? Things are happening when they're meant to, not when you want them to, but when they're meant to happen. Let's see, what deck do I want to pull from? What do I feel drawn to for um the tarot? I have more than one tarot deck here, so it's been a while since I've really pulled these out, other than last night. One of my favorites. I feel drawn to these all the time. Strong connection with these cards. Even before I do anything, we do have like this Two of Swords right here on the bottom of the deck, which is about, you know, decisions. There's a sense of inspiration here as well, though. Ace of Wands. And it's like, there's a passionate new beginning, but it's about making a choice to make it happen. I'm thinking that we should do a Cross of Truth spread, maybe. I think that would be good because it's like straight to the point, but detailed enough where you get what you need to get out of it. And then we'll go from there with where our spirit kind of guides. Excuse me. Thank you. So we have King of Swords here on the bottom of the deck. So it's given me that you guys are really trying to just figure out the truth behind your circumstances. And I'm also getting a lot of just overall thinking. So someone, what's his name? Fantasy? Renasi, something like that. What is my favorite position? I like to be on top of money. That's what I like. I like to be on top of money. I'm trying to make, you know, I'm trying to create wealth for me and my kinfolk. You know what I mean? If you really want to know. But yes, some of you guys might be thinking a lot about like your value systems and whatnot at this time. Your not just value systems, but also like your beliefs, right? Because it's like, those can be conflicting at times. It's like, your belief systems are kind of what you're brought up on. It's like what you're kind of almost like told to believe, if that makes any sense, or taught to believe. Is conditioning. Whereas, your actual core values, that's more intrinsic. That's something that's about you. So you might be thinking about those things a lot at this time, and there could be some, a little bit of a delay there because you're trying to figure out what that looks like. And you don't want to go backwards with this Three of Wands in the reverse. It causes a sense of stagnation. Tell us more. What's the overall energy for the collective at this time when it comes to messages from the Archangels? What do they need to know? Ooh. as someone sarcastically was asking what my favorite position is, right? I was a smart ass and I answered the question. But look, yeah, and I was like, I like to be on top of money, baby. Here we go. So it's like, and this is not necessarily actually money. This is just about value, though, right? It's like, prosperity, wealth, all that stuff. It looks different for everyone. I don't want to be a millionaire or anything like that. I know that sounds weird to say. Like, you don't want to be a millionaire? Who doesn't want to be a millionaire? You know what Biggie said, right? More money, more problems. I'm okay with being comfortable. I'd rather be comfortable than rich and all of that stuff. And if I had wealth, like I would want to make sure that I'm spreading that wealth out in a way that actually matters. So some of you guys could be part of the value, right? The value versus, beliefs, right? So it's like, what does that look like for you? Maybe going back and forth between the two, because it is coming down to like what makes you more happy at this time. Yeah, and it's very foundational. Four of Wands. There you go, Spirit. Thank you. Um, they're letting you know like a lot of this does kind of come down more to like the foundational, like what have you been conditioned or taught to believe is value and all of that versus what you truly believe, versus like it kind of all gets a little bit jumbled, and it's like, okay, well, well, what intrinsically is my own value system might differ from what my belief system was that was bestowed onto me. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense to somebody. Look, you can't make this up even if you wanted to. Spirit is confirming with Six of Cups here in the middle of the deck. So it definitely goes back down to the foundation. Um, let's see. What's the challenge? I did see the sun try to come out. If the messages are resonating as they come out, let me know in the comments. You could send some reactions or actually comment, whatever you feel comfortable with. Hit the like button, all those different things. This is one of those readings where I don't expect it to get a lot of traction. One, because I know like the timing is a little bit weird. It's hard to find the right time in the day to come on live to begin with, and then like sometimes like what you're talking about also makes a difference. So I know that people prefer things that are more interactive, or love readings and stuff like that, but this channel is not necessarily geared towards that. We try to do things that are a little bit more like really getting to the root of things and stuff like that, and understanding ourselves more. So I'm okay with that. So even if I only hit 2 or 3 people, that's fine. I'm okay with that. That's why I don't think, and I shouldn't say like my channel will never be a big channel. Why I was saying that I was like having a whole conversation with myself last night. I was like, I don't think this channel is ever gonna be a big channel. I don't think it's meant to be. I just don't think it is. Hey girl, hey, another one of my sisters in the building. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Yeah, but yeah, I guess where I was going with that is because as this card comes out, we're talking about just the things that are we're meant to do in our lives, and sometimes it's not always about how many people you hit, but it's about who you hit, and that's what I'm kind of picking up on right now. So it's like you know when you dig deep within yourself and you're like, damn, okay, so I was told that I had to do things this way and this way and this way, but it doesn't feel right. I feel like I'm supposed to go this way. Sometimes going against the grain is what's necessary for you, right? To get to where you're trying to go and where you're meant to go. What is your wheel of fortune? What are you destined to do? It's not about, again, what everybody else is telling you that you're supposed to do and stuff, including your own family, right? Because prosperity does not always look the same to everybody, right? I literally just said, I don't necessarily want to be rich and all that. Like, no, more money, more problems. I don't want all that shit. But I would like to be wealthy in certain ways where like I have knowledge and stuff about what it is that I want to do when it comes to like, you know, investing and things like that. Like I know my girl Lati, she that's what she does for a living. She knows how to do investments and stuff and really cool things. I probably should start picking her brain about those kind of things as I'm getting older, right? I have a child, and I want to make sure my family is set. So it's like, right? That's the stuff that matters, right? Not just, you know, the superficial, very surface things. So that I'm getting, for some of you guys, that might be one of the things that you kind of battle with, like what really matters to you, what is it more so that you're trying to, you know, push yourself towards, because it might not always be in alignment with, you know, again, how you've been conditioned to think that things are important or valuable and things like that. I hope that makes sense before I start rambling, because you guys know how I get. Tell us more. um yeah, tell us more. So we have the lovers here. A lot of nice cards coming out so far. So we have the lovers. It's kind of giving me, especially with this being like recent past, this is giving me choices. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, it's given choices. I feel like you guys had to kind of make a choice between, yeah, that's what it is. You know, you guys might have, you know, set your sights on things that were just not what was meant for you. Things that were unrealistic or that caused delays and things like that. And just waiting for things to kind of happen a different way than what was expected. And then when those things happened, it caused, you know, endings that you weren't necessarily prepared for or wanted, but it was what was necessary. But it was also what was necessary for your sense of growth and happiness too. Yeah, yeah. For some of you, this is given like divorce. Others is like more just like, you know, I am getting family dynamic for sure. Even if it wasn't a divorce, it could just be like, you know, kind of removing yourself from family. And I feel like that came up for somebody the other night when I was doing, I did a picking emoji reading, which that was my first time doing it. If you guys want to check that out, you might resonate with some of the messages if you look through it. But yeah, like, put, you know, it's giving like that pushback, right? You know, that you get from family when you start to do things your own way, right? And you're moving on from situations and shit that don't freaking make sense to you. You're like, why would I stay in this situation or deal with these people that it just doesn't, you know, it doesn't help me? For what? Why am I doing that? That's dumb. That's dumb. Stupid is. Like, we ain't doing that no more. We ain't gonna keep letting people pull the wool over our eyes and keep us in situations that don't work. Situations, right? Not situations, but situations. Like, fuck that. We're done. Tell us more. So there was definitely choices to be made, right? And this is about yourself. Got two cards. Yep. So yeah, you guys are working on yourselves. Working on yourselves. Um, Blessings. Considering that it was a, you know, a pick an emoji, you can still, I put the timestamps. So if you, you know, meditate over an emoji that you feel connected to, and then you go back and watch, you can see if that's your reading or not. That's the nice thing about those kind of readings, because they're timeless. So you can watch it whenever you want, wherever you feel, whenever you feel guided, and that message could resonate with you. So we also have the Page of Swords here. So, you know, this is about, to me, this is kind of giving like gaining a sense of knowledge about something. Maybe about what is valuable to you, is kind of what I'm getting. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. So it's like it's giving like get like kind of looking a little bit deeper within self. The moon. Yeah. It's like it's given. Yep, and I was talking about intuition earlier. And then Ace of Wands had showed up before too. So it's like, just so you guys don't think I'm just like saying cards just to say them. You can actually see them. Those are the ones that were on the top. Um, Middle. Yeah, see, it all comes down back down to the foundation of it all. The Four of Wands is here again. So it's like, okay, damn, before I even ask a question, okay, Spirit, yeah. I was like, yep, we're gonna say this too. I was about to say it was kind of like the foundation of all this. This came out crossing, coming from the deck. Yeah, financial security could have been one of those things that has been an issue at different points in your life, possibly, or emotional fulfillment. And those things might sometimes kind of cross over, from time to time, is what I'm kind of getting. So, with that said, especially with them crossing like that, um, I'm kind of getting there's like on that foundational, area in your life currently for a lot of you guys. Again, it's like that juxtaposition of like, okay, so what do I value? What gives me, but also what brings me emotional fulfillment? They don't always, you know, they don't always mesh. Sometimes they're different. And it's like, okay, so what does that mean for me? And that's where that curiosity that we were talking about comes in. Um, how do you navigate that? And your guides are basically saying, hey, use your intuition and, follow that, because there are things that are not going to always go with, the masses, right? They're going to go against it. And that's up to you to be able to decide how do you move about that situation. Yep. And you're going to have to own that shit with this Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck here. Own it, because this is your life. You run it the way you want to, right? You can't let family and shit dictate your life forever. You can't. Ooh, yes, I will call you after this. And we have Mohit that said, "Happy Valentine's Day." I was just celebrating Valentine's Day with my kiddos today because they're gonna be off, like for like until we come back on Tuesday. So I'm like, you little lucky rascals. I wish I didn't have to go to work tomorrow, but that's life. Yes, everything comes down to decisions, right? Like I said before, you have to be the one to dictate and decide what does that look like for you. That emotional fulfillment. Again, it might not always, you know, mesh with everything else that you've been kind of, conditioned to believe or you've been taught. So it really does come down to doing that internal work. Is what I'm kind of getting. Thank you. Same to you. Same to you. I appreciate that. For those of you who are enjoying this reading so far, hit that like button if you haven't done so, and hit the subscribe button if you're new. All that stuff will be really awesome. Yes, girl, your deconstruction posts that you've been posting up have been like definitely mind blowing. Going down the rabbit hole is like, damn, crazy. And it, some of the stuff I'm like, those are things I've said for a long time, but I'd be like, I'm not gonna entertain that conversation with certain people because they're gonna be like, yo, she's a witch, or she's the devil, or she's this, she's that, and I'm like, nope, it's not you. Has all these cards fucking fall down. I just heard when it all falls down. Some of you guys might be Kanye West fans before he went super crazy. I just heard Super Saiyan. Some of you guys might also be Dragon Ball Z fans. You guys are funny. I love how they like break up, serious conversations with a little bit of humor. My guys are hilarious. I love them. Um, tell us more. There's something else, I tell you. I tell you. Tell us a little bit more, Spirit. Thank you. That keeps coming up now. When it all falls down, tell you when it all falls down, when it all. That whole album was fucking classic. Yep, and it all comes back down to this: 4 Wands. Reevaluation, baby. You're gonna have to really like look at the structure of it all. I just heard the wonder of it all. Was that Foxwoods, right? Meet me at Foxwoods. Foxwoods. Yeah, it's like those late '90s commercials for Foxwoods. Um, some of you guys would know it, some of you won't, because like I feel like it's probably a nationwide thing, but I'm in Connecticut, so, and that's where Foxwoods is. So I don't know if it was just here, but I feel like it was like a nationwide kind of thing. But moving on, right? We have to move on past, the things that we've been, kind of taught that don't mesh with where we're headed, right? It's giving me like, college student, or, a little young green little 18-year-old who's like, my family wants me to stay home. I don't want to be here anymore. I need to branch out and experience life. And then you experience life and you're like, fuck, this is fucking great. What the hell is this bullshit that they were trying to teach me or make me subscribe to for so long and stuff, and you want to move on? Or I even got like, what's that movie? It was like a M. Night Shyamalan movie. The Village. Do you guys remember that movie? Are you guys into M. Night Shyamalan movies? His movies are a hit or a miss for me. But yeah, like those of you like who've seen that movie, like, as I don't like to like do spoilers, but if you know, you know. And I'll give you a quick little tidbit without ruining it, but we have literally a village of people, right? Um, who, live kind of almost like Amish people, I guess you would say. Don't, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to offend or anything, but like they're kind of like Amish people. Like, they have their traditions and stuff like that, and they tell them, do not go past, the forest and all that stuff. Don't go past the village. You go past there, then things happen and stuff like that. They don't want them to go past because they know that the other, like the real world or whatever is out there, and they basically condition them to believe that everything that's past the village is bad. And that's one of those kind of things that, happens a lot when we talk about religion, like overly religious people. There's nothing wrong with religion in and of itself, but like, when we start getting like, you know a little bit over and beyond, we know how that can go, right? Like, people get a little bit overzealous about shit, their belief systems and stuff like that, and what are those called? They're called, I can't get the word out, and I know the word. You guys can say it in here if you need to. I hate when that happens. All right, it'll come to me. But I don't know why I keep hearing the word absolution, but that's not the word. Extremist, thank you. Thank you. I don't know why I couldn't get that word out. I kept hearing absolution though. I'm like, that's not the word I'm looking for, Spirit. Can you please give me the right word? Thank you, Lati. I'm like, what the fuck? I can't get it out. And yeah, it's like this could present a lot of disappointments, right? Because you are reevaluating everything. Like Lati was saying, deconstructing, right? Like this is like deconstructing everything you thought you knew. It's giving me like Tower. And but the thing is, now this comes where the decisions are coming through, where it's like, okay, so how do I move on, right? Like, do I have to leave everything behind, everything that I thought I knew? You might have to. Um, you have to do what's best for yourself. You can't sit there and, stay in circumstances that just don't make sense. I'm gonna get one more from the tarot, and then we're gonna look into some other cards. All of a sudden, got like I've been fine this whole time. All of a sudden, like I had like a suppression of what I'm trying to say, like something like going like pushing on me like this. I'm fine. I'm just it's like, take my breath away. um yeah, the chariot here again. It's here again. It's here. The chariot is like, bam. The magician. Wow, a lot of major arcana showing up too. The magician. They're like, you create your own destiny, your own reality. No more of this bullshit. Temperance. Yep. Yeah. Temperance. And they want you to be independent from that shit, because these came out basically together. They're like, this is about independence. I heard Independence Day. Like, this is like your own liberation, sovereignty. I'm getting. Yep, they're like, fight tooth and nail for that, because, and when I looked up, it was 4404. It's good, and I've been seeing triple fours like crazy lately. Spirit is guiding you guys to do this. So it's like, you might really be like, feeling like, oh, I don't know if this is what I'm supposed to do. I feel guilt. Like, I'm getting guilty. I'm feeling guilt. Like, you guys might feel guilty about it and stuff like that. And Spirit is like, don't feel guilty. Don't. Because at the end of the day, this is... Okay, well, I picked them up, so Spirit must have wanted me to pick them up for a reason. This is not the card deck I wanted to use initially, but remember I was talking about our heart chakra. I wasn't even going to use these, but look what's on the bottom before I even do anything. saying. I did see the magician in the mirror. We just saw the magician pop up in the tarot as well. Let's get like maybe 3 cards from here. The thinking woman, planning things out. We saw energy of like thinking before, right? We saw the King of Swords, which was like about, future planning or just really like dissecting things. We saw it earlier, but it's not on the main spread. Almost I said if not on the spread, the main spread. What am I, Mike Tyson now? I do have a minor lisp, so you might hear it from time to time. Um, I did have to take like speech therapy as a kid and everything. But it's still there sometimes. Certain words and stuff I still have a hard time saying, or it randomly pops up like that. Somebody here could have a lisp, or somebody in their, close knit community might have one. Past a loved one could have one. Let me know if that resonates. Because that was weird. Like it just kind of came out of nowhere. I'm like, damn, man, I'll be trying to keep that shit under wraps. But it pops up when it pops up. Let's get maybe like, let's say about 3 from here. What we got starting out? The Temple Path. This card comes out so often. So like I'm getting for you guys, the path is being lit up. Your archangels, your guides, so on and so forth, they're guiding along the way, and they're pushing you in a new path. And that path might be, again, I'm getting like, path of least resistance, but in this case it's like the complete opposite of that. Like you're going down the path like where it's against the grain, and that makes it so much more difficult, because it's like, it's easy to go down the path of least resistance when, you're like, oh, let's just go that way because that's easier. Everybody's going that way, but you're called to do something different. So, you're being guided in that direction, and it could be a little bit nerve-wracking because it's like, whoa, this is different. I don't know what I'm doing. Do I even understand this? Do I want to understand this? We have sixth, see, I almost did it again. 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. You see how I have to like stop everything I'm doing and saying to get it out the right way so I don't do what I was about to do. But yeah. So you guys are I'm getting like, this is giving like third eye, very intuitive individuals, and you're getting a lot of, downloads lately. I'm even getting crown chakra energy, even though that didn't show up yet, but I am picking up on possible crown chakra too. And it's given like you guys have been, getting all of these downloads. Spirit is, calling you to, I heard call to action. Like you're being called to do something. Stop resisting change. And if you're doing it, this technically was in the reverse, but I'm going to show you it in the upright. If fear is what the issue is, goddess of the moon, like if fear is part of the problem, they're like, listen, we've been talking to your ass, you ain't listening, and guess what? Cut the shit, Or Angel of Love is on the top. It's definitely giving like, it's giving me like you guys might be fearful, like if you go against the grain and do what you're being called to do, that maybe you're gonna lose love and respect from people in your life or something. That's what I'm kind of picking up on. Like I got like a little sense of like sorrow. Like, let me know if any of you guys watch Bridgerton. But like Queen Charlotte, who was it? I think it was like her own family or somebody. Somebody passed away on like one of the seasons. I can't remember what. And she said something like, I can't remember exactly what she said, but she was like, sorrows. And but she said it like she did not give a fuck. Like she was so like cold about it. And it's giving me that. It's like throat chakra. It's giving me that. It's like you guys are like, they want you guys to be like, don't care so much about like everybody else's opinions and feelings and shit. Sometimes That's what it was. Thank you for the confirmation. Because I'm like, I couldn't really remember. That's what it was. And it's like, sympathy, sympathy, sorrow, sorrows. Like, she's like fake hugs and shit. And she's like, she just, she doesn't care necessarily. Right. She doesn't really care. She's like, okay, sounds like a personal problem to me. That's not my problem. Like, it's like, damn, nigga, like, no, like, you don't give a shit at all. And that's what people, and maybe that's what your concern is. It's like, you don't want to, like, be that person, like, hurting people's feelings and shit like that, and or making them feel bad, and it makes you feel bad. But spirit is like, fuck that. Like, this is not a time to feel bad anymore. Like, fuck that. Like, you've done everything for everybody else. I'm getting that type of shit. Like, you've been there for everybody else. Like, this is a time for you to kind of, draw some attention to you for a change and do what's best for you. Move on towards what it is that you're meant to be moved on towards. Yeah. Fuck everybody else. Throat chakra energy. Fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. Thank you to Archangels. All these Archangels popping up in this deck. It's like, there's a reason why Spirit called me to this deck too. Because I wasn't going to read from these. I wasn't intentional. It just kind of came up. But Spirit wanted me to, so I went with it. So, I'm talking about throat chakra, but then I went like this. Like, fuck you. You know what I mean? um, it is what it is. It is what it is. Sometimes we gotta, roll with the goddamn punches. This is an interesting card to come accompanying all these other cards. Maybe they're saying you gotta have to be really cold hearted when it comes to love. And be like, fuck you. I heard "fuck you, pay me." Some of you guys might be Goodfellas fans. I love that movie. It's my one of my favorite movies ever. Second favorite movie. But yeah, like, you're gonna have to be a little bit more cold hearted almost when it comes to, like, love. Yeah, you're like, I've been through karmic contracts, nigga. Like, that's why I said "fuck you, pay me." So it's like, I've been there, done that. Like, I paid my debts. Some of you guys might be seeing the number 3 a lot, or 6. Yeah. Fuck you, pay me. Strategize. Yeah, look, another 3. So you guys might be seeing the number 3 a lot, or number 6 a lot. Strategizing. Somebody might be signing something. Some type of documentation of some sort. Or this could be about, like, karmic debt that's being, like, released. Or you're signing on to a new contract on the, the 5D level. So, we gotta be mindful of those things, right? What did we sign? Hopefully we signed something. I just heard signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Oh shit. And then I say something about that crown chakra. Here it goes. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my god, my clear audience is crazy today. All these fucking songs. Some of them are like really direct, like directly, like, stuff with the reading, and some stuff is like just random funny things, I guess. But like, here we go one more time. Love me some NSYNC. Seventh chakra, Archangel Uriel is here, and I did say something about crown chakra energy just a second ago, right? So a little bit of confirmation there, I think. Let's see. I pulled out these for a reason. I feel like I want to go with these. The Shaman's Dream Oracle. Did we just not? Okay, wait, hold up. Just so you guys don't, you guys not, yeah, like, I'm not bullshitting because you guys saw it too. But like, strategy, and it's literally like the same thing, right? It's on like a scroll with a feather and all that. Before I even do anything, covenant, sacred contract, and then we had contract. So yeah, there's definitely some kind of contract. You can't make it up. Signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. I did a lot of foolish things that I really didn't mean. I'm not gonna ruin your eardrums with that little high note thing. If I were by myself, I would definitely do it. Me and my son would do it together. I miss my baby. But he's doing his damn thing though. He's in South Carolina with his grandparents now. He's gonna go to LA, visit his peoples out there again soon. He can't wait to go see his friends. He's gonna see them, I think, for his birthday. So that boy, he travels. I'm like, damn, I wish I had that life when I was a teenager. Well, he's a grown up now, but like, I still consider a 18, 19-year old a damn teenager. Just saying. He's a teenager. But he's living his life, and I love it for him. We have Netcaster. Preparations come to fruition. Yes. You guys are preparing for your harvest. Okay? Like, this is what you guys have been called to do. It all is coming together. Overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. Yes. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? So I don't be looking like I'm lying. Overflow of wealth and abundance coming through. Yes, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. These your angels, your archangels are not playing with y'all right now. They're like, yep. Perfect storm, the courage to step into life. Yes. So this is all about you guys being able to come into all of this, right? And you're doing the damn thing. He is going to be 19 in March. Can't believe it. I have a freaking going on 19-year-old. That's crazy as hell. I have been a mom for half of my life. Crazy. Like, I was talking to my coworker, or one of my coworkers from another room, and she's like relatively new, so like she doesn't know me like that. It was her birthday today. She was like, "Oh yeah, I'm 28," and or it is her birthday, I should say. And I looked at her, and she was like, "I'm getting so old," and then I just chuckled, and she was like, "What's so funny?" I was like, "Girl, I have a 19-year-old." She was like, "What?" I was like, "Yep." And then she was like, "Wait, how old are you?" And I was like, 40. She was like, I was like, "Yep." She's like, "But you look so young." I'm like, "Thank you, I'll take it." But I'm just like, it's just so funny because it's like, when we get older, like, I know I always say like, "Oh, I'm old," and I know I'm not like old. I think it's just more the fact that, like, I think for me, like, I I went through like health problems and stuff, so I'm just happy to be here. So I'm like, wow, like, I'm really like, I'm up there, like, and I'm blessed to be able to say I'm still here. There's people who passed away that I went to school with, best friends and stuff, who literally, were like 34, 35 years old when they passed. So I'm like, damn, I'm still here. That's a blessing, right? So I'm gonna claim all the oldness. I'm gonna claim these grays I got in my edges that y'all can't really see unless I straighten my hair. So it's like, I'm gonna claim all of it. I'm gonna claim these crow's feet and dark circles, all of it, okay? Because we're blessed to be able to say that we're doing that, right? So just in case somebody needed to hear that, right? We are old and fabulous, honey. We got this. We're still here. We got, like my girl Ali said, we got some work to do. All right. I just heard, oh, I got work to do. You could think of like the original Isley Brothers version, or you could think of the Vanessa Williams version from the 90s. Either one, great songs. Um, we have straddling worlds, wandering between realms. I heard tightrope. So, you might feel like that's what you do sometimes. You're kind of like teeter-tottering back and forth, like, okay, how do I do this? Where am I going? But I also heard violet flame. Um, you know, things collide, supernova. I'm getting a lot of different downloads, guys. Whew, these downloads are coming in like really, really fast. Um, but yeah, I hope you guys are catching the drift and resonating. Caterpillar opportunity. Some of you guys might like cats. But I'm also getting like, a sense of, or your what's the word I'm looking for? I heard originality, but that's not the word I wanted to say. I was gonna say your sense of individuality. Because cats are very like individualistic, like they just do their own thing. You know what I mean? I'm getting like there's gonna be some kind of room for an individual opportunity coming your way. That's what I'm picking up on. So like, even though I was about to say a whole different word, because that's like what I heard, because that's been happening a lot. Like I'm like getting ready to say one thing, and then Spirit's like, nope, we're not gonna say that word. We're gonna say this. And I'm like, okay, not what I was trying to say, but yeah. So there's a sense of independence here. Very interesting. So one more from here. An orange cat. Orange cats are cute. They're really cute. They're rare, but they're so cute. Deep diver, diving into a task. Yep, diving into the task at hand here, right? Gotta just, go full into it. No more teeter tottering, going back and forth. Gotta do it. Lay of the land, ancestral wisdom, and you're being guided even by your ancestors. They're guiding your ass too. Best to believe it. They're here, and they're looking out for you. Ironically, I was like, I almost feel connected to my ancestor deck. I still had them out from the other day, and I cleansed everything, but like they're actually here. Maybe I'll pull from there too. Um, but it wasn't intentional to have it like there. Jeweled web connectivity. It's like, it's giving me, like throughout all, the webs that we weave, there is something, there's connectedness, and there's also like something at the end of all of it. It doesn't always feel like that, right? Sometimes you're just like, damn, when the fuck are things gonna like look up? Is it gonna get better? Like, what is this? I don't get it. I'm confused. And they're like, oh, trust, you got this. A lot of fives popping up too. Fives, tens. The farther gate, bold step forward. Yeah. So tens, fives, yeah, definitely important at this time as well. Those come up a lot in general. I feel like in the readings that we do on here. Um, keep getting like this, like I feel fine. It's just like if I had my Fitbit on, I miss my Fitbit. Gotta get a new one. Can't wait to get a new one. I feel so naked. It's been almost 2 weeks since I haven't had one. Um, to go from wearing one every single day for years and not having one, it's like, oh my god, this is like driving me nuts. Um, yeah, we're gonna do ancestor messages now because I feel like they're very much so connected, right? Our archangels and our ancestors. So let's see what they have to say, and then I think after this, I'm gonna read from one more deck, and that will be it. Unless I feel drawn to something else, but I think that should be it. So again, I hope that you guys have been resonating. I hope that you've been enjoying this reading. If you're new, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when I go on. Those will all be super helpful. And also, helps you know when I'm on and everything when I post. So bottom of the deck, we have Traveler. Move in a new direction. Exactly. Hence why we saw the Three of Wands more than once show up. It's like you're moving in a new, and we also saw the Chariot. So it's like, it's giving that energy. I heard Nomad. Some of you guys might be one of those, like I heard Mover and Shaker. Like you might just be one of those people who are always on the go, always on the move, doing different things, which is pretty cool. Whereas me, I've been in the same city and town, or that's not what I meant to say, city and state my whole life. I've never been outside of, like, in terms of living, I've never been outside of Bridgeport, Connecticut, ever. Crazy. My whole life I've been in this city. It's pretty wild. But I gotta make some things happen too. I gotta get moving and shaking as well. Shaolin Master, be graceful in movement and action. Moving with grace. It's giving me like Bruce Lee vibes. Like that. Still. Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. There's a reason why I got drawn to this, and we saw something about the ancestor kind of thing, patterns and stuff like that, and now we're getting that again. So spirit, your ancestors, all that, they called me to this deck for a reason. So let's get like 3 from here. And like I said, we're gonna pull from one more deck after this, and that'll be it. Hope you guys have been enjoying this reading. Thank you, Spirit. Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. This is giving like High Priestess vibes. That's what I'm getting from that. Very intuitive. Getting like, just natural born healers too. Like people who just have like a healing touch or just healing, calming voices I'm getting. Um, People who even do like what I do here, like, intuitive people who might use, divination tools to help people or something like that. Or just, even if they don't, like maybe just like, I'm getting like messengers. People could relay messages to people that can help them, help others, I should say. Yeah, Traveler here is here again. Um, Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded. It's kind of interesting because it's kind of like go against each other, right? It's like stay rooted and grounded, but tell me to move in a new direction. Like one is about staying still and being present, and the other one's more about like just gonna kind of float around. It's giving me like a little fairy. I almost pulled from the fairy deck earlier, the one that my girl gifted me, Allie. We have White Witch, be the light. So some of you guys might consider yourselves witches or work kind of in the occult kind of thing, but you do like light work, which is cool. Goes back to like the medicine mother, right? Doing something that's more of the light versus of the dark. Somebody might have a stutter. Let me know if that resonates. I was like fumbling over my words a second ago. Broken Arrow, embrace the energy of peace. This was in the reverse, technically. So I'm getting some of you guys might have a hard time finding peace around you, whether it's because of, the circumstances, or maybe you just, it's like I'm getting like for somebody, this seems very specific. Let me know if it resonates with any of you, but I'm getting like there could be somebody who ends up watching this who they might be that type of person where because everything has always been so fucked in their life. And I'm not like laughing like at you or anything. Like I'm chuckling because I resonate with this. And then also like how spirit is kind of delivering the message to me as well. But like when things have been like so fucked in your life that you get comfortable with that, you're like, oh, that's just it is what it is. That's just my life, right? And then when things actually start going good for you, you're like confused. You're like, what the fuck? You scratch your head. You're like, you become skeptical. You're like, the fuck is this? Because this ain't it. You know what I mean? You're like, this seems like a trap. Why am I gonna get comfortable with being here in this place, like in this happiness and stuff? Like this doesn't feel right. This doesn't sound right. You may even self-sabotage. So it's like I'm getting like you gotta embrace peace because your guides are trying to push you in that direction of being in a more peaceful like state, and you get stuck because of whether it's, again, we got that family dynamic definitely very strong throughout this reading. That could be the thing, so on and so forth, whatever that is for you, things that cause you angst and anxiety. And it's like, why are we staying in those situations that don't resonate with us, with our most innermost self? Like, no, no is a fucking complete sentence. Okay. No is a complete sentence. Let that shit go, move on. Don't question it. When it feels right, use your intuition. You guys are intuitive. That showed up several times throughout this reading. You are going to get all the signs and synchronicities that you need to know if something is off. If it feels right, go from there, and then you know move forward if you need to. But questioning things as soon as it happens just because you're not used to things being positive in your life, that's a maladaptive behavior. We can't do that anymore, guys. Like, look, light witch is here again. Be the light, see the light. You probably are so great at doing that for everybody else, but then when it comes to yourself, you don't know how to navigate that, because it's like, but wait a minute. And that's, look at it. It's like a compass on there, right? It looks almost like a compass. Like I said, this was technically in the reverse. Like, it's like a compass, and you get fucking confused because you're like, wait a minute. No, that can't be right. As I say, it's like a compass, right? Where you're being guided. Direction guardian, choose your path. Everything does come down to free will and choices. Everything comes down to free will and choices. Everything. Yes, there are certain things that are outside of our control, but a lot of it is within our control. For the things that we can control, okay, cool. If you can't, leave it to God or the higher power, whatever you believe in. But yeah, that's what I'm getting with that. It's way more than one, but I'm gonna take them. Yeah, see, Spirit's talking. Guardian angel, you are not alone. White Witch is here again, officially now in the spread. Arrow is also here again. Officially in the spread. Remember, it was in the reverse before, but I turned it the other way. Surround yourself with protective energy. They're letting you know you are protected. Oh, wait, hold on. There's broken arrow and then there's arrow. Whoa, it's like a juxtaposition. That's why I thought that. But just so you guys don't think I'm just making up shit. This one was in the reverse and this one's in the upright. You see how like this one's going all different directions? This one's kind of going in just one single direction. Interesting. Wow. Happy I looked down when I did. I'm like, wait a minute, something seems off. That's why. That's crazy. High priestess. Mm-hmm. Harness mystical power. That's dope. This is dope. It goes. It's all coming back full circle, right? Talk about that, intuition, spiritual gifts and all. Earth Mother, feel loved and comforted. That's about that getting grounded energy again. Man, listen. Your ancestors, your spirit guides, the archangels, all of them, they are on your side. um, Summer, bask in joy and light here on the bottom of the deck. This is a nice reading. Hunter, track down your fears and desires. Yes. Remember how we were talking about earlier? Like, there's going to be a disconnect between the things that, you truly value versus the things that are beliefs, things that have to maybe, as Lati was saying earlier, be deconstructed. Those things are not going to always mesh. And this at this time, this part of your journey is really going to be about your sense of emotional. Who hits me up right now? My son. We were just talking about him. As I'm getting ready to talk about emotional fulfillment. Who hits me up? My son provides me with emotional fulfillment. There you go, my baby. Stag, trust and thrive. Trust the process. It's not gonna always be pretty, but trust when your guides are guiding you. They got your back. They got your back. It's one of those easier said than done kind of things, but yeah, focus. Focus. Okay. Embrace even the things you don't know, the ever changing things that we are always confused about, right? Embrace it. It's a part of the process, it's a part of the growth. Allie, also, if you're still here, because I'm going to call you after this, I want to pick your brain about the TikTok stuff, because I think I might be able to go live on there. I'm not sure. And if I can't, then I still kind of want to know about how that works, because I've never done it. Miracles. I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sexy thing. Sexy thing, you. I believe in miracles. Since you came along. You sexy thing. Where did you come from, babe? Okay, enough. Opportunity. Yes, opportunities are being presented to you. Yes. And, a lot of these, things might come like as you work on yourself, taking that time to yourself to work on yourself. Very cool. Like that. Yeah, like I worked really hard on getting to, here we got embracing here again. Um, I worked really hard to get to the 1,000 followers that I needed on TikTok. This is like maybe a year or two ago, and I never went live. Now I've lost some of my followers because I'm not active on there. So, um, and now I'm just like, I was like on Chat GPT and stuff, and they're like, oh, that's a great place for readers to kind of get an audience and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay. Just trying to figure out what to do to branch out a little bit more. Of course, being more active is going to be a big part of it, but just trying to figure it all out. You know what I mean? Forgiveness. So maybe practicing forgiveness might be important for some of you, whether it's forgiving yourself or others around you. Not beating yourself up anymore. If there's any like guilt or shame attached to this as well. I'm getting. Can you guys hear that siren? Might be a little too far in the distance, but yeah, that might be a very important message though. That forgiveness part, illumination. So you're seeing things differently, right? You feel a little bit more illuminated when it comes to the different things that you need to kind of understand, including this essence of forgiveness. Protection, you are protected, divinely protected. I'm getting family tree as I see this. Interesting. Really, did it? Damn, Lati. See, me and my people, we're all connected, man. Wow. Interesting. Community. See, and you know what's crazy? Like, you see how we're bouncing ideas and stuff off of each other. Just this little quick little exchange right here, right? Like we're bouncing ideas off of each other. Community, very important, and it's helping guide us in a new direction, right? So I just heard indigo children. There could be some indigo children who are here. Um, I also heard rainbow babies. Somebody might have a rainbow baby. Um, Let me know if that resonates with anybody. But yeah, wow. One more from here. This was nice, guys. I might get an affirmation to close out, and that'll be officially it. You know how spirit be. They be like, nah, you ain't ready yet. Flexibility and thriving. Yes, baby. Just remain flexible, right? Through all of it. Remaining flexible. And that's when you're going to see a lot of thriving happening. Okay. So I do feel drawn to pull from the soul's journey. And then that's officially going to be it. And then I will leave you beautiful souls on your way. Abundance here on the bottom of the deck. You can't make it up even if you wanted to, okay? Let's see. Let me get it again. Yep. It's there. Well, it says prosperity, but I think abundance is somewhere in there. Yeah, it is. It's like on the bottom. Yeah. And we also have like the Wheel of Fortune. It's like, good things can come your way. I can dig it. I can dig it. All right. Let's get one or two more from here for the collective to close out, and then that will be the end of this reading. But I'm so glad for those of you who were able to pop in. And I hope you got something out of this. I hope it was helpful. I definitely enjoyed, giving this message. A lot of great stuff that came out in here for you guys to be able to, do that inner work and dive a little bit deeper and understand, how valuable you are and what you're called to do at this time. Because that was a big part of this reading. We have failure here. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Absolutely. And I think that's the big thing here, right? Learning from, our mistakes, learning from, other people's mistakes, people who are close to us. And, I'm getting like breaking like generational curses and things like that too, right? The things that weren't working. Um, how they say like, insanity is, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. This is what we're stopping, you know and that could be, it could cause a sense of grief, right? Because everything's been, repetitive. It's been the same. When you start to, cut things out, you're going to feel a sense of loss. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it, right? Appreciate the lesson behind it. That's what I'm getting. On the top of the deck, friendship. Some of you guys might have lost some friendship, or you might be getting ready to come into new friendships and other different types of relationships in your life after these losses, with air quotes. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Interesting. They could also be the person who's going to help guide you through all of this. For some of you, it's going to be different for everybody, right? And trust. I accept that my inner voice, exactly, we talked about that earlier, my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Follow it. Where are you being guided? They're guiding you along the way. So, wow. Whew. guys, that was a good one. I enjoyed that. That was great. I do hope that you guys got something out of it because I know I got a few different tidbits my damn self from that one. So I hope you guys did as well. And I definitely enjoyed that. I might pop in again tomorrow. We'll see how I feel because remember I was saying I have to do something different for professional development day tomorrow. Biting my nails. I'm nervous. I'm like, why would she do this to us? And me because like I'm a new EI. I'm like I don't think I'm ready. I'm a new educational instructor. I don't think I'm ready for this responsibility yet. But my classroom or my team, that's one thing. But like a whole different one, I'm so scared. So we'll see how it goes. Training other people and critiquing them on like I don't think I can do it. I mean I'm gonna do it, but like I'm so nervous. But anyway, I love you guys and I will try my best to pop in tomorrow. If I'm too tired, um to do it tomorrow, then you will see me probably during. Well, will you see me during the weekend? You might not. I might be doing other things. But anywho, I'm gonna. Now I have to. I have to make it a point tomorrow to make sure I pop in on you guys because yeah. Ooh, maybe I could do like a Maybe I'll do two readings. We'll see how I feel because I don't have to work on Friday. So maybe I'll do two readings. Maybe I'll do like a general love reading, and then maybe I could do like a self love and self care reading. Um, for the singles or something like that. We'll see. I don't know. We shall see. But yeah, I definitely gotta try to pop up on y'all amazing, beautiful people, beautiful collective tomorrow. I gotta, come through. All right, my loves. Mwah. And thank you for all the affirmations and stuff. You guys are the best. All right, so until the next time, my lovies, you guys have a great rest of your night. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.